Hello everyone, welcome to Regina and the 2022 Skate Canada Challenge. I'm your host Ted Barton, along with Skate Canada Senior Director for Performance Excellence, Shae Zukiwsky. Shae, it's been 2 years since we've seen so many skaters and officials and coaches in one rink. What was your take on day one?
Well, Ted, it is super exciting to be back in front of a live judging panel. Our pre-novice and novice athletes have not been in front of a live panel at a national event since December 2019. We know COVID has been extremely hard on our sporting community, and just to have this opportunity for these athletes and their coaches and their families to be back at it, back into the rink, it's exciting. And more importantly, we have seen some really wonderful performances today. So despite the challenges and despite the obstacles that we continue to face, progress is being made, people continue to enjoy skating, and we are seeing the talent that we have in the country.
No, it's so great to see the skaters from across the country, because I live in British Columbia and we didn't know what was in Quebec and Ontario, and now we're sort of seeing this, and we're saying there's some terrific performances in the pre-novice and the novice category so far. Looking for a lot more, of course, in junior and in senior coming up throughout the week. Now, just a little bit about what we can expect the remainder of this year. We have the national championships coming up, Synchro Nationals, of course, as well as the World Synchro Championships coming to Hamilton. And then looking towards next year, we have some kind of changes moving into the competitive department. Can you give us a little hint of what we'll be looking at for next season?
Sure, you bet. So Skate Canada has been incredibly active in updating our long-term development. You know, as an organization, it was time. It has been many, many years since we did this work. And we really have done our best to integrate sports science, you know, across our sport delivery. And doing that, we recognize that there were room for improvements. So in the light of rebuilding after COVID, it was clear that we needed to rebuild better, to recognize where we can make improvements, things that we've done historically year after year. We had the opportunity to stop, reflect, and consider, is this truly the best approach for this stage of development? So not only did we create a new LTD resource on members only at the Skate Canada website, but of course we have made significant changes to our competition calendar. And one of the biggest changes truly is at that pre-novice, novice level. So we have split the challenge event. The junior senior challenge will continue to occur exactly at this time, but the pre-novice, novice challenge will occur the third week of January, extending significantly that competitive season for our pre-novice, novice athletes. And I know change can be difficult and it can be scary at times, but you know, ask yourself, why would a pre-novice, novice athlete follow the same competition calendar as our top skaters? Is this appropriate for that stage of development? So we have made those changes. We are excited not only to have those changes in place, but also to integrate synchro and a podium pathway for the synchro discipline. So in order to accommodate these changes, we needed to thoughtfully think through how can we improve to create a calendar that truly supports athlete development at these stages.
Well, that's really exciting. It's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds next year. And before we go to our last question, we want to talk a little bit about Nationals, the Olympic year. You can see on my right side, on the right side of your screen, the schedule for tomorrow and all three rinks. You can see it here at skatecanada.ca and cbc.ca, of course. Now let's leap on to Ottawa in the National Championships, Olympic season, Canadian Olympic team to be chosen. That's going to be an exciting event in Ottawa. Your thoughts of Olympics this season?
You know, the Olympics is something that is always such a paramount opportunity for our athletes who've trained their whole lives for this experience. This Olympics is going to be exactly the same. It presents its challenges, you know, certainly under the light of COVID, to be organizing and preparing for a games is difficult, but our athletes have rose to the occasion. And, you know, I think more than ever this year, it's really important to recognize it's not how you start a season, it's how you end a season, and it's how you peak and build to that Nationals in Ottawa. I am absolutely expecting some wonderful performances across the board. There are the Olympic team. It's such a paramount opportunity for these athletes, and I hope they continue to train wisely and with confidence to go out in Ottawa and put absolutely their best performances out. It's exciting.
And we're looking forward to that competition, of course, early in January. We will have a full broadcast team there. We'll talk a little bit about that later on this week. So that concludes day one coverage. Dr. Shae Zukiwsky, the Senior Director for Performance Excellence, thank you for joining us. I'll grab you a little bit later on in the week to talk a little bit more as well. That concludes day one coverage here in Regina of the Skate Canada Challenge 2022.